Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark has been named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. So the award, which has been distributed since 2019, Clark becomes the first WNBA player to ever win this award.
Following Caitlin Clark's victory as the Athlete of the Year, instant karma takes on Angel Reese, the self-declared queen of college basketball's theater department. Yes, that is the same Caitlin. After winning Sports Athlete of the Year, Caitlin Clark reportedly addressed a rivalry with Angel Reese in a piece released by Amber Ryken, which said that Clark Angel was famously ridiculed during the NCAA championship ship game.
When I started my last college season and not knowing if that would actually be my last season, whether I was deciding to come back to college or turn pro, and now sitting here like I'm done with my first professional season and so much has happened, and whether it was, making the national championship game or getting the Fever back to the playoffs since 2016.
It all began during the NCAA championship when Angel Reese turned what should have been a celebration of her team's victory into her own viral moment by making sure everyone was watching her by making fun of Caitlin Clark in an outrageous manner while pointing fingers and pointing a ring.
But the fact that that's the very first WNBA player to ever win Time Magazine Athlete of the Year is pretty special.
Months later, however, Caitlin Clark is leaving with the kind of acknowledgement that really counts. Athlete of the Year is more than just a participation trophy. It's a declaration that you were the best during that time. While Angel Reese may be wearing her championship ring, Caitlin has something that seems to hurt even more: universal respect.
I don't think I'm surprised. I'm curious to know who the other candidates were.
It's not that Angel Reese wasn't good this season. Her stats were impressive, and her impact was undeniable. However, Caitlin Clark is on another level when it comes to transcendent talent. She can control games, read the court, provide precise assists, and drain three-pointers from ridiculous distances, making her a player you can't take your eyes off. Caitlin's dominance wasn't about showy gestures. Rather, it was about skill, consisting of why and poise.
I would say I really love those.
Let's not act as though this is shocking. Caitlin's performance throughout the season made her the obvious frontrunner for the award. She averaged more than 27 points per game and essentially carried her team on her own, even in games that Iowa lost, shone like a star. Yet when people think of Angel Reese, they don't immediately think of her rebounds or her defense. Instead, they think of her dramatics. As a result, her name is frequently brought up, not because of her stellar on-court performance. Famous taunt, and that's where the difference lies. Caitlin Clark didn't need to use showmanship to stay relevant. Her game spoke for itself. Angel seemed to rely on controversy as much as her talent, and while that strategy might make you trend on Twitter, it doesn't earn you the respect of the larger sports world. Naturally, the internet didn't waste any time commenting on this development, and the comments were brutal as expected. One tweet read that Angel Reese did all that finger-pointing just to watch Caitlin. Another person commented, "I guess Caitlin didn't need a ring taunt to prove she's the best." "Oh, they're merciless," said Clark. And while Angel's fans may attempt to defend her, the story has already been written.
No, I think it's great, not just for her. I think it's great for the league.
Yeah.
Right? Like everybody talked about the recognition that she brought to the W this season. So for her to be Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, I think it's really great for the league.
And what about Angel herself? Up until now, she has remained remarkably silent, leaving you to wonder if she is crafting a response that minimizes Caitlin's victory without coming across as too resentful. Let's face it, Angel has never been good at being subtle, but perhaps this time she realizes that there isn't much she can say. Some of Angel's fans are naturally furious, accusing the system of bias and bringing up old arguments about race and double standards. But let's face it, Caitlin Clark earned this award. It has nothing to do with politics or favoritism. It is about the performance Caitlin delivered game after game, and the world noticed.
I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege. A lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been black players. This league has kind of been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and then you continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that have made this league incredible, I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that. The more we can elevate black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing.
Not to mention the narrative that Angel attempted to promote following the NCAA championship, in which she played the "It's a Team Game" card to remind everyone that LSU had won. but the truth is that individual brilliance still counts. Unquestionably, Caitlin Clark made a significant contribution to LSU's victory. This award only acknowledges that Caitlin was the season's standout star. What makes this whole situation even more satisfying is Caitlin's reaction, or lack thereof, as she hasn't taunted, or even acknowledged Angel Reese's antics from months ago. Instead, she has remained humble and let her game speak for her. That kind of grace only makes her win more deserving. While Angel was busy playing for the cameras, Caitlin remained focused on what really matters: basketball.
She got the cookout, but when you hear that, thoughts on Caitlin Clark saying she wants to use her platform to elevate black women in the WNBA have been instrumental, obviously, in building that league.
This is not to suggest that Angel Reese lacks talent. Rather, Caitlin, there is a distinction between being a competent player and having generational talent. The question now is how Angel will react. Will she let this go, or will she turn it into another drama-fueled spectacle? If history is any guide, she'll probably lean into the drama. After all, controversy keeps her in the spotlight. However, this isn't just another Twitter debate. This is Caitlin Clark being immortalized as the best of the best, and no amount of finger-wagging or ring-pointing can change that.
Who has a new weekly podcast called Unapologetically Angel. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. She's only 22. And the reality is, the scrutiny that she's been subjected to is inexcusable. It's egregious. It's disgusting. It's wrong.
But regardless of how Reese attempts to hide the fact that Caitlin Clark just took home a trophy that solidifies her legacy as one of the greatest players. While Reese's viral moments may have brought her temporary fame, Clark's accomplishment is what endures, and what makes this even more satisfying is Caitlin's quiet confidence throughout the entire ordeal. She didn't need to respond to Reese during the championship game or get sucked into the drama. Instead, she let her performance speak for her, and now she's reaping the rewards. That kind of grace under pressure is what distinguishes good players from legendary ones.
You know, when you're talking about, athlete, you're talking about her college run.
Yeah, the run she had last year.
Her college run
into her rookie year to now, to date.
Yeah.
Yeah, the women's college tournament, I believe,
all the
significant
eyes she brought to the league this year.
Yeah, outperforming the men's.
Oh, shit, yeah. You got to think, yes.
Yeah.
Right, as you know, when you say Asia, you got to be like, well, that's in a W. Caitlin was college and W.
It's almost poetic, isn't it? Angel Reese wanted to be the show's star and the name on everyone's lips, and for a short while she was. However, now that everything is said and done, Caitlin Clark is holding the trophy while Reese is left trying to think of her next move. This whole story serves as a reminder that deeds speak louder than words or taunts. Reese's antics may have made her a viral sensation, but they didn't earn her the respect and recognition that truly matters. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, demonstrated that talent, hard work, and humility are the keys to long-lasting success.
Angel Reese, you can't beat a big bad wolf, but then kind of cry like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Nobody mourns when the villain catches an L. And Angel Reese, you have self-proclaimed.
For Angel Reese, it's a lesson in humility that she probably won't learn anytime soon. For Caitlin Clark, it's a moment of validation of everything she's worked for, solidifying her place among the best. For the rest of us, it's a front row seat to one of the most satisfying instances of instant karma we've seen in a long time. The truth is that Reese has always positioned herself as the queen of college basketball, but it must hurt to watch Caitlin receive recognition, and this particular brill.
Caitlin Clark is the reason why everybody has an opinion on what happened in that game.
To make matters worse, Caitlin Clark also made the Forbes 30 under 30 list. Reese, with all her viral moments and loud confidence, didn't make it, but Caitlin, with her quiet dominance and game-changing performances, did, which is sure to hit a nerve. Forbes isn't just giving out spots for flashy gestures, it recognizes real impact, influence, and potential. It's one thing to be overshadowed on the court, but to watch Caitlin bask in the spotlight is something else entirely. Caitlin Clark is demonstrating that hard work, skill, and humility can outshine theatrics, and for Angel Reese, that realization must be as bitter as it is inevitable. Clark's inclusion on such a prestigious list further solidifies her as more than just a basketball star. She's a cultural icon in the making. Meanwhile, Reese's story feels stuck in the past. She's still defined by that championship game and her taunting moment.